Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. It's International Day of Friendship, Tony. Who's your best friend?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, a man who's co-hosted this show with me for years. Pablo Torre.
What?
What do you think? What do you think?
What?
Pablo Torre. Yeah.
Very funny.
No, it's you.
Very funny.
Of course it's you.
You and Pablo
It's you
hanging out.
Yeah, it's you and my dog Chessie who's in the room with me right now. And I hope won't bark. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, baseball's trade deadline approaches. A professional golfer pulls out an 18-inch putter, and Dan Graziano joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with the National League Central showdown between your Cubs, Wilbon, and the Brewers. The teams had been even atop the division entering this series, but the Brewers easily took the first 2 games, twisting Wilbon into a pretzel. This afternoon, the Cubs finally delivered some relief, winning the 3rd game. Wilbon, how important was it for the Cubs to stave off a sweep?
Huge, Tony, and not for the standings. We're going to get 5 games back in Wrigley with the Cheese Heads coming up fairly soon. So it's not the standings. Although being 1 back as opposed to being 3 back, it is a better thing. But last night, I stayed with the Cubs-Brewers game, even though we were getting hammered. It was like 9-3 after Vaughn hits a grand slam for the Brewers. And I stayed with the game, and I told a dear friend who is a lunatic like me over the Cubs, she says, why are you staying with this? And I said, because I want to see what kind of fight they've got. I want to see if the Cubs want to fight the Brewers like a true rival. And so tomorrow they come out with the right attitude, and they did. Shota Imanaga was not great. He's been better, but he got them through those early innings, Tony, and the Cubs built the lead, and this was necessary to fight them. The Brewers the Brewers are the best team probably in baseball. Yes, better than the Dodgers right now, but I think the Cubs know they can hang with them, but you got to fight them. This fight's going to go right through the end of September, so today was huge in that regard.
Yeah, I don't have the passion you have, but I agree with you that it was important for the Cubs to win this game. I mean, the Cubs got thumped in the first 2 games. The scores are 8-4 and 9-3. That's a 10-run differential in 2 games. And the teams were going in opposite directions. Prior to today, I believe the Cubs had lost 6 out of 9. And prior to today, Milwaukee had won 8 out of 11. If you go back to May 25th, Milwaukee was 39-15 in that stretch of time, which is a fabulous record. The best in baseball for that period of time. And the Cubs, we need to say this, the Cubs are having a great season, but Milwaukee was running them down and running them over. And there's an irony here, as you're well aware of, that Craig Counsell had left Milwaukee to manage the Cubs. And Milwaukee had picked up a couple of really good people in the last couple of months. The Quinn Priestley, who I believe beat the Cubs yesterday, 11 starts, his last 11 starts, 9-0, Priestley rather, 9-0 and a 2.60 ERA. They picked up, and that's better than your boy, The Miz. They picked up Andrew Vaughn to play some first base his last 15 games, batting .375. So everything tracks well for Milwaukee. That's why it's so important for the Cubs to stay above water with this and win this game. Yeah, I agree.
Day of relief for me. Meanwhile, baseball's trade deadline is about 24 hours away, and we've already got a little bit to discuss. The Angels landed pitchers Luis Garcia and Andrew Chafin from your Nationals, a sign that the Angels think they're going for it. And Twins shortstop Carlos Correa was out of the lineup today, and Bob Nightingale's reporting that Correa has told friends he'd be willing to waive his no trade to return to the Astros. Tom, where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the Nationals. I'll just add parenthetically that at one point today they were down 9-1, so I don't have a lot of faith in them. These 2 pitchers, Garcia and Chafin, are relievers for the Nationals. The Nationals have, as you know, because I say it all the time, statistically, the worst bullpen in all of baseball. The ERA going into today was 5.66. So whoever you pick up from the Nationals, you're not getting Mariano Rivera. Okay? Garcia's ERA is 4.10, which is nothing special. Chafin has been good. In the 20 innings that he's pitched, his ERA is 2.70. But the point for me is that the Nationals bullpen is terrible. There ought to be like hazard tape around it. Whoever he gets not going to help you. If, in fact, the Angels, by doing this or going for it, you would say to them, well, why didn't you pick up relievers from a better bullpen? My belief, Mike, is that Mike Trout's not getting to the playoffs unless the Angels trade him. They trade him this year to a team that's going to the playoffs. Yeah. The Correa thing would have been very interesting 5 years ago when Correa was great. He is not great today. Not great today. So far this year, batting .267, got 7 home runs, 31 RBI. It's his least production of his entire career. I will concede it'll be fun to see him in Houston, fun to see him with Altuve, though they won't be playing next to each other. He'll be playing third base, and isn't Altuve in the outfield this year most of the time, right? So
the point with the Astros is they make the right moves. They do. Yeah. Everything the Astros do. Yeah. They over now a series of years, they get it right. And maybe Correa needs that emotionally. Maybe he knows. I remember when he went to the Twins, it was like, whoa, this is a great move for the Twins. They're getting a truly great player. And then, then it sort of peters out, as you point out, and there's less production. Going back to the Astros could be a brilliant stroke. Could be. These other moves so far are around the fringes. The big guns are still out there waiting to be dealt, and I guess we're going to come down to the 11th hour right here in the desert. We're waiting for a team that could basically just say could cave and go all prospects and get rid of big-time front-line players. The Diamondbacks could do that. It has not happened as of this moment, but it could. So there's a lot more to talk about coming, we would think.
Tyler Rogers is a very good reliever. He just went to the Mets from the Giants, and that is a pretty big move for the Mets. I mean, everybody needs a
1.80 ERA. That is a good move for the Mets.
Yeah.
New head coaches are in camp. They're practicing and running practices. 7 of them, Dan. Is there one that has a favorite storyline for you, one of those 7 you are watching more closely than the others?
My favorite storyline is Travis Hunter, and that's a new head coach in Liam Cohen in Jacksonville. I'm extremely excited to see what they come up with for him. I was at their camp on Sunday and talked to Liam Cohen and talked to the GM, James Gladstone, about the ways they're trying to prepare Travis Hunter for a dual role, something we really have not seen to the level I expect to see it with Travis Hunter. So I think that's fascinating. Obviously, Liam Cohen has to get, the offense in shape and Trevor Lawrence playing the way, we've always thought he should be playing. But I think the Travis Hunter story is one of the coolest ones right now in the NFL. And if you ask me about new head coaches and good stories, that was the first one that popped into my head.
Yeah, we'll get you out of here on this. We know Travis Hunter is going to play. That's different from this question because this question is about Browns quarterbacks, and we don't know who's going to play. They have 4 quarterbacks, including 2 draft picks. Kenny Pickett has an injured hamstring. How do you see this whole situation playing out?
Look, Pickett, I think, was a factor, had a real chance, and may still, depending how long he's out. But the issue has been getting enough reps for all 4 guys. So Pickett's injury might help guys like Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders get more reps. They don't feel like they need a ton of reps for Joe Flacco. They know what he can do, but the rookies may have a chance to get more practice reps as a result of the Pickett injury, and maybe that helps the case of Gabriel or Sanders to be the Week 1 starter, or at the very least start at some point this season. I think remember the Browns had Kenny Pickett before they had any of these other guys, so I think they want to give him a chance if he's healthy, but right now he's not, and that will force them to take a longer look at some of the rookies. Guys, it's really kind of a mess. I think the best thing you can say about the Browns quarterback situation is they have 2 first-round picks in next year's draft.
Unbelievable.
This year is already
the last time we asked about Dan. Cleveland this year, I hope. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah. Wonderful appearance. Thank you, Dan.
You got it.
Happy trails to the Orioles for Seranthony Dominguez. The Orioles dealt the right-handed reliever to the Blue Jays last night between games of a doubleheader with Toronto. That means that Dominguez suited up for the O's in Game 1 and for the Blue Jays in Game 2. In fact, he passed his suddenly former teammates on the way to the visitors' bullpen and even made it to the mound against his old team, throwing a scoreless 7th. By the way, in today's final game of the series between these 2 teams, Cedric Mullins robbed Ali Sanchez of extra bases with one of the best catches of the season.
And didn't I read Mullins could have been one of those guys who gets traded? Man, you see, and that catch is no better than the previous one he made. He's doing this every other night now, it seems.
It's a very similar catch to the one the national center fielder Jacob Young made about a week ago.
Young made
and
a
I know
great
you're
catch,
very
yeah.
skeptical most of the time of catches because you say, oh, they all look the same. But when you see a guy go over the wall, when he's got to plant his foot in the wall and then go over, it's a
fun.
thrilling moment.
It's great to watch.
It really is. It's really good. Let's go to the big finish. The Braves put Ronald Acuna Jr. on the IL with tightness in his right Achilles. That has to be cause for concern, right?
Yes, and the Braves have been undone by injuries to their stars, it seems. Let's just hope it's not as serious as that sounds. Yankee starter Luis Gil expected to make his season debut 4 months in on Sunday. Is that significant?
Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year last year. Everybody needs starting pitching. Yeah, it's a big deal. Jonathan Kuminga has yet to sign a new deal with the Warriors, in part because he reportedly believes the team has stunted and strung him along for 4 years. Do you agree with that?
Wow, if you feel that way, look, it's not working. For whatever reason, he's a talent. Maybe it'll come out somewhere else, but it's just not working to the degree we thought it would at Golden State, even though he's won a championship. Shohei is on the mound in Cincinnati tonight after striking out his first 4 plate appearances last night. Your thoughts?
I don't worry about his hitting. He's proven what a good hitter he is. I want to see him pitch and go more than 1 or 2 or 3. I want to see his arm back. Last one. Daryl Morey told The Athletic most execs don't see the Lakers' bubble title as a genuine championship. Do you?
I do. That's hard. Different kind of hard, but hard. Yes, I do.
Time, Tony.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, knuckleheads.
PTI.